So it's a little bit of a difficult time for my wife right now because two of her friends back where she lived in Colombia are going through a really difficult time. In fact, it seems as if their marriage is falling apart and that they may get a divorce. It's not happened yet, and we're hoping and praying that that doesn't happen, but it looks as if that is what is going to happen. The unfortunate part of this whole thing is that it didn't have to happen this way. You know, what I've been doing is doing some self-reflection and just taking a look at really what happened. And when I just take a step back, you start to see something, right? And the first thing that you see is that, you know, when they got married, they really weren't prepared to be married. And then after they got married, they really didn't deal with some of the issues that they should have dealt with, right? And that brings me to one of the things that I really want to impress upon you, that, you know, if you don't deal with it, it will deal with you. It doesn't matter what it is, but if you don't deal with the issues that you have and you just sweep them underneath the rug and you think you'll be able to keep them at bay, at some point the issues will come out and they will deal with you and they will deal with your relationship or with your marriage. And so this is kind of what happened in their relationship as well. The other thing that I mentioned before is that they hadn't really prepared. And when you take a look at it, you know, there's another thing that I want to impress upon you, and that is, you know, if you fail to prepare, then you're really preparing to fail. And that is true. And they failed to prepare. And so something that didn't need to happen seems like it has happened, and it's causing a lot of heartache, right? And, you know, and I know this, right? And so what I really want to share with you today is kind of use what they're going through as a lesson for you, right? If you're going to be in a relationship, make sure that you prepare for it so that you are as ready as you can be. Now, that is something that I had to do because I've also failed to prepare for relationships before. And when I failed to prepare, the relationship really didn't end well at all. In fact, I remember it was around 2011. It was my second major relationship and it had failed again. And it was because of me. I really wasn't ready to be in a relationship. And so do you know what I did? What I actually ended up doing was I decided that I was going to take a step back. I wasn't going to let my desire to be in a relationship take a hold of me and lead me down a path where I was going to hurt somebody else again. And I had to do that not because I didn't have a desire again to be in a relationship, but I decided that, you know what? What is the point of being in a relationship when at the end of the day, all I'm going to do is make the person regret that they knew me? And when I decided that, I said, look, you know, I am going to first find out, you know, what is off. I knew something was off. I couldn't commit to anybody. I wasn't really as compassionate as I should have been. And from a communication perspective, I really wasn't doing well, right? I was so fearful. I knew that I had to fix me. So do you know what I did? I really took some time off. I took a look at myself in the mirror. I admitted the things that were off. And then here's the thing. I didn't hide it. I decided that I was going to deal with these issues that I had. For months on end, I would go at 6 a.m. to a particular program. Right, and it was actually, I can't remember the guy's name right now, but the program is called Quest for Authentic Manhood, Men's Fraternity, Quest for Authentic Manhood. And it was a series of weeks, and I went to that thing. It was, I think, about 5 months or so, or almost 6 months of doing that thing just to find out, look, what is manhood? What is going on? Did I have any kind of issue that I really needed to deal with? I made sure I had people on my corner to kind of keep me accountable, and I made sure I did the things that were unnatural for me at that point and that were difficult. Why? Because I wanted to make sure that when I met somebody else, that I was absolutely prepared. And that's how I came up with two things that I always say when I meet people. Number one, I want to leave a profit in them instead of leaving a debit. I don't want to take away from their life. I want to add to their life. That's what leaving a profit means. And the second thing that I decided is that I don't want to be a source of regret for that person. Now, if you're going to be in a relationship, I know you're probably thinking about the same thing. Or maybe you're already in a relationship, and when you got into that relationship, you thought to yourself, you know what? I love this person. I want to leave a profit in them, and I don't want to be a source of regret. But for some reason, it just turns out that at some point you end up doing the things that you don't want to do. That's because you fail to deal with the issues. If you're in that position right now, maybe you're in a relationship or something like that, and you know you've got issues that you're kind of hiding behind, or you're not telling your spouse, or you're not telling your partner, or you know it's something that could come up in the future. You know what? Stop trying to hide it anymore. Forget about the guilt and shame, because it's going to come up. What I want you to do is actually be brave and be bold to start to address these things, just like I did. It took about 3 or 4 years, it really did, for me to address these issues. But after I did, I knew that I was in a place whereby if I did meet somebody else, I would actually be able to really add a lot of value to them. I'm not talking about perfection here. I'm not perfect, trust me. My wife would tell you that. She's not perfect either. And she's definitely more perfect than I am. I'll tell you that much. But, here's the thing. I'm not talking about perfection here. I'm talking about just making sure you don't have any hang-ups that you already know about that you're leaving on the table. If you don't know what it is, make sure you ask somebody for that. And here's what I'm going to say. Look, if you're in a situation where maybe these things are causing your marriage some issues or whatever, right? I hope you get the help that you need. Okay? Look, I do have a program called Divorce Reverse. I'm not here to really kind of promote it. So look, you can go to divorcereverse.com and check it out to see if it's something that's going to help you. But I've put it together because I can't stand to see relationships fall apart. The pain is way too much when that happens. One of my friends right now, and I only know them through my wife. She's going through something like that. Right, and the people that I spoke about that are the friends of my wife, the lady's okay, but the guy's falling apart. You can really see, but here's the thing, at least the good thing is he's using it to try to put himself together. So there can be good that comes out of pain. But if you can avoid the pain in the first place, then you should try to avoid that pain. And so that's why I'm mentioning this. If there's something that is that is off, and that, you really need to deal with some issues, go ahead and get the help that you need right now. Because if you don't deal with it, it is going to end up dealing with you. And I don't want that for you. It may take some time, but it's okay. Take all the time you need. Remain single, whatever it is. Make sure you focus on getting rid of that issue. Okay? And if you do that, then, your relationship is going to be all good for it. I'm telling you. Your relationship is going to be better. So make sure you go ahead and do it. Hey, if your marriage has got issues, do check out, Divorce Reverse. Yes, it's $170, but here's the thing. Look, if you write me or something, or make a comment or something, and say, look, I can't afford it, whatever, I'm going to give it to you. If you're in the situation and you know that you need to fix your relationship right now, don't be like the couple that I was talking about earlier. It's sad to say it, but if they'd fixed the issue at the very beginning, it wouldn't have festered and gotten so rotten that now, it's causing something that maybe they shouldn't be going through. Okay? So that's just what I wanted to share today. Just wanted to share my heart. We're just going to do whatever we can to help them out as much as they allow us to. Maybe I'll let you know what happened. Maybe I won't. I don't know, but I'm hoping they're able to turn it around in some way or the other. But no matter what happens, we're going to love them. That's all we can do. And we wish that they had shared some of these things with us beforehand before it got to this point. But you know what? There's always hope, and we're going to hold on to that. So if you guys are praying, please pray for the couple for us. I'm not going to mention their names for the sake of confidentiality. But please do keep them in your heart. And we hope that even no matter what happens, you learn from their lesson. Please prepare before you get into a major relationship and take care of the issues that you may have as much as you can. Otherwise, if you don't deal with the issues are going to deal with you. Okay. Thank you so much for listening. And I'll be back with something else and what's going on in my life. And I hope that you're going to gain something from it. All right. Cheers. Bye-bye.